as it grasped the lever of the front door and pushed it open. Elise followed me in, and I closed it behind us. We must have looked pretty idiotic, standing there dripping all over the place. Me in my oversized camouflage duck hunting jacket, and Elise looking like a B-movie spy in her sopping turtleneck. The recessed lights in the kitchen room were on, throwing a faint light on the coffee table and the striped chair I had sat in earlier that day. "This is creepy," Elise said, but she looked delighted. We walked past the wall of plates and the dining room table. "Nice," Elise said sarcastically, touching the wooden beak of one of the carved birds that sat on the table. She slipped her hand inside my jacket, pulling me a little closer. I could feel her cold hand on my waist. "You want to fuck me right now?" she said. "On this table?" "Let me show you the rest of the house first," I said, taking her hand. I walked into the kitchen, flipped on the light, and watched the white tiles and marble counter come to life in freeze frames. I stared out the window over the sink and touched a plastic baggie that had been draped over the lever. "Weird," I said. "Maybe someone's worried about fingerprints?" Elise ran her hand over the countertop, rubbed some dust between her fingers. "It's Corian," Elise said distastefully, "from Home Depot." I opened the refrigerator. There was a box of baking soda in the back. That was it. No, that's not correct. There was a yellow onion in the sliding drawer. I pulled the drawer out and held up the withered onion. Judging by its inner collapse, I estimated that it had been there for at least 6 months. "The best is yet to come," Elise said, reading what was written on the porcelain pig's chalkboard. When you share a secret with someone, the mystery is cut by half, but I still felt excited to be there. I deposited the withered onion back in its vegetable drawer and closed the refrigerator door. There was a dusty Panasonic handheld phone on the wall that had 24 messages. I pressed the playback button. We listened to the detached voices of friends and businessmen, all looking for a couple who sounded like they were doing their best to avoid everyone. "McSweeney," a chummy-sounding man said. "Where the hell are you this summer? Give me a call. Let's do dinner at the Peconic Grill." "Mr. Swain," a professional-sounding female said, "this is Samantha at Southampton Catering. We still haven't received payment for the event last August. Please call me immediately." There were a few more calls like that. Someone from a lawn care company calling twice about a bill that had never been paid. A pool cleaning person, warning that they would not proceed with the acid washing of the pool if Mr. Swain did not remit payment. There were a few more personal calls as well. "Martha," a croaking-sounding woman said. "Pilates just isn't the same without you. I'm not going until I hear from you. If I get fat and die, it's going to be your fault." "Swaney," a more agitated-sounding chummy guy said. "It's Bill again. You'd better be dead because it's almost September and I still haven't heard from you. This is your last chance to meet us at the Peconic Grill. The oysters are on me." Other confused friends left similar messages, wondering why the Swains had never gotten back to them. There was the sense of a whole summer passing without Mr. Swain or his wife making an appearance. And then it was winter, because East End Pools was calling again. "Mr. Swain," a tired-sounding man said, as if he were moving down a list of the most derelict and hopeless customers. "We cannot drain your pool if you don't pay your current balance. I could say there is a 100% chance that the concrete foundation cracks if it isn't drained properly." Elise moved closer to me and reached out toward the phone, her finger an inch from the delete button. She was just about to press it when we heard a different kind of message. "Carmelita?" a man said. His voice sounded a bit bland, as if he weren't sure he had called the right number. I could hear him breathing and the faint sound of a television playing in the background. Then he hung up. "He sounds familiar," I said.